that's about the syllabus part. I explain it. Anything else? Do you want to know something about the paper you are going to have? The structure, some idea? That's what you are going to prepare for, innit? At the end of the day, there is a paper. Then it's better you should know something about paper. I don't take then, I will not discuss that in detail. You should go to the lesson. But briefly, I will explain it something like this. The paper has MCQ part first. It's called paper 1. MCQ. In O-level science, you had only 40 MCQs, I think. But here, you have 50 MCQs. So that's good, Nick. You have 50 MCQs this time. O-level 40. Then in O-level, one MCQ has 4 options. 4 options given. 4 answers given. But in A-level, one MCQ will have 5 answers. 5 answers will be given for one MCQ. That is good, Nick. Because on O-level, you had only 4 answers. Now you are given 5 answers. More answers given. It's good or bad? Having 5 answers per MCQ is good or bad? What do you think? That's bad then. Yes. Those who know probability can answer that question. Eh? You have 4 mean you have 25%. 25 possibilities there, 25%. But now, just 20%, it reduces. Therefore, 50 MCQs, each MCQ having 5 answers. In the first 30, right? The format changes. First 30 has 5 answers. Next 10 has only 4 statements. Then next 10 has only 2 statements. 5, 4, 2. It's reduced like that. We will discuss that later in detail. But this 50 MCQs will give you 50 marks. Pure 50 marks will be given. 50 MCQs is 50 marks. Mean 1 MCQ, 1 mark. That's really important. For this, what you are given 2 hours, the time within 2 hours, you should complete these 50 MCQs. And 50 MCQs cover full syllabus, 14 units. These 50 MCQs will be prepared from entire syllabus. Very standard paper. It covers all the parts well balanced. Paper 2, you have 2 parts, mainly structured essay. Structured essay, it is actually taken like A. Structured essay has 4 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 questions. These are compulsory. You should answer all these 4 questions. Actually, for paper 2, the marks given 1,000. Out of 1,000, they give marks. But finally, it is reduced to 50. By dividing the total marks by 20, it can be taken to 50. Then 50, 50, finally 100. That's how it's given. For in structured essay, one question 100 marks into 4, it's 400. For structured essay, the time is given 1 hour, just 1 hour. But it does not cover whole syllabus. These 4 questions will not cover whole syllabus. First one is from general chemistry. Second one is from physical chemistry. Third one in organic. Fourth one organic. So likewise, it doesn't cover whole syllabus, but some parts. Then next one is essay part. Essay part again has 2, B and C. Right? B has then question number 5, 6, 7. But out of these 3 questions, you have to select only 2 out of 3 questions. There is option. Here we have 8, 9, 10. Again 3 questions, but you have to select only 2 questions out of these 3. Then total 4 questions. Then marks will be given like 150. 150 into 4, it's then 600. 600, 400, it's total 1,000. 1,000 reduced to 55. The time for this one is given 2 hours. Essay 2 hours. And then what's the total? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. In our days, actually, we had only 3 hours for this paper. But now you have 3 hours and 10 minutes. 10 extra minutes given for your second paper. Then total 3 and 2, it's 5 hours and 10 minutes. Then we spent 2 years and 2 months for these 5 hours and 10 minutes. I will explain the importance of 10 minutes. Later we will discuss. Now if I explain it, you don't understand actually. Actually here, it's 4 options. Here there is selection, how to select the questions properly. For that, it's given 10 minutes given. We'll come to that later, right? This is the format for your paper. In August 2026, you are going to face this paper. For that, we have to prepare very well. That's what we are going to do within this time remaining. Okay. Nothing to write anything. Then if you want, then I will share this screenshot. You can save it. It's not important, right? That's about the paper format. But you need another book to do questions. Wherever I have chance to do question after finishing certain theory part, definitely I go to the question. Then question should be done. Yeah. Other than that, I will give you then homework sheets. Some key answers will be given with the homework sheets. The answers also given, but the key answers you should try, and then you can compare that with the key answers and have some idea whether your answer is correct or wrong. Then if it is wrong, you can try it again. If it is again wrong, you can discuss with some of your friends. Still you can't understand, then you can reach me and discuss the matter. So likewise. So it's organized very well, right? So yeah, then you need only one CR book, or not CR, then any other book to do the questions on homework sheet and questions in the class. Harry, that's enough. Then any other problem? No. Shall we move to our lesson then? Let's start. Element unit 1. It's atomic structure. So what about my handwriting? Can you read them? Is it clear? Can you read them? You can read. It's okay. You can manage. Then out of unit 14, the first unit is then atomic structure. And I gave you brief explanation regarding this atomic structure. So what is atomic structure? It is about mainly the building block of matter. Then we try to understand. In the first case, we talk about the history. So next thing, is it then important, the atom? Is it powerful? Of course. In the first front page of the tube, that's what I have given. What do you see in the front page? Maybe you have the tube. Now I share it, you see. What you can see in the front page, you see, then it is this one. This is atomic bomb. Someone is standing and looking at the explosion of atomic bomb, but it's not, we can't do it practically, right? No one standing like that and looking at the explosion of atomic, because it's highly, powerful one. Why I got that one actually, then it's mainly we go to atomic level and do kind of fusion and fission. Then atoms, nuclei combine, nuclei decompose. As a result of that, enormous amount of energy is then released. That energy is used to destroy everything. That's what happened. Then maybe you have heard about that name. In 1939, World War II started as a result of then German invasion of Poland, I think. Poland, yes. It went up to 45, I think, until Japan surrendered. World War II. This is where then mainly we talk about that what atomic bomb. Who made that one? Anyone knows the scientist? We had then I think maybe if you are then movie lover, then we had Oppenheimer. I can't pronounce that name. That's one scientist, Robert Oppenheimer or someone. There was another Feynman. Feynman is the father of nanotechnology. Right? So those are the people then involved in this making atomic bomb. One was then little guy or something, the name. Other one is fat man. Small guy or fat man. Those are the two bombs actually. One was dropped to Hiroshima, the other was dropped to Nagasaki. So the effect actually in Hiroshima, total 140,000 people died nearly. In Hiroshima, 80,000 people died. Total 220,000 people died as a result of these two atomic bombs. right? So this is just what we observe, but that effect remains then for a long time in Japan. Understand? So therefore, that much this energy is powerful. Atom is very small, invisible. We can't see that one, very small one, but the power is huge. Understand? But after that, then Japan, yes, Robert Oppenheim. I don't know whether I pronounced it correctly. We had a movie also this about several months back. But whatever happened to Japan, finally they got up. The below picture is then current situation in these cities. You see, Japan city. They came back strongly. Now they are the top people in the case of advanced technology. Right? I think third or third place. Third largest economy in the world. USA and China. After that, we have just Japan. You see? So then that's the case. I mean, during that period, then it was terrible, Japan situation. Then actually I heard Sri Lankan government give some kind of support to the Japan government. Then that's the level in our country and Japan. Now Japan moves up. That's as a result of good governance. Here what happened? The opposite. That's again very bad governance. Anyway, then although atom is invisible, tiny particle, very small one, that is really important part. What can atom do is then huge, right? So in the case of this part, first, as I told you, we will go to history here. History means, nowadays we have some picture regarding atom. This is the atom. Okay. We have subatomic particles. They arrange in this manner. This is the atom. But that picture, no one gave that picture overnight, right? Then it came step by step, slowly. There is a flow. Actually, it was about 2,500 years they took to finally reveal this structure. But still, we are not sure whether this structure is 100% correct. It can change in future. Some of you sometime can change it. Then first of all, what we are going to do, the history. We will discuss how the structure of atom, the model, atomic model, change from one time to the other. In that case, I use timeline to explain this concept. First of all, we have somewhere around 440 BC, around 440 BC. The first incident. Actually, before that, there are some incidents. We can go to alchemy and Stone Age to start this one, but it's definitely wasting time. Even you will not be having question from this point. The questions will be started from this point, 18.3, with Dalton's atomic theory. So if you start from this point, actually that's enough according to our syllabus. But I will go to this and then explain the stuff, because then there is a flow. We can approach this point very well. That's why I go to this. In 440 BC, the person Empedocles, maybe that's the correct pronunciation, Empedocles, gave some idea. He's a philosopher. Philosopher means they mention something without any experimental evidences. They think about it and then believe it and then express it. He said this one, all the matter composed of 4 fundamental elements, those are fire, earth, air, and water. As a combination of these 4 things, everything is made up of. Everything. When you consider a stone, it's made up of these 4 things. If you consider a kind of animal, all of them are matter. Animal again made up of these 4 fundamental elements, right? But then it's a new idea by that time, but we can't believe it. It's not correct. But he further explained this in this manner. He said these 4 fundamental elements come close to each other and then combine as a result of what do you call it? In there is actually term for this one, in Greek term. I don't know. I mean, you don't have to memorize these things. Philia, or in other way, you can say love, attraction. There are 2 opposing forces, philia and nikos, yes. English word that is strife. These are 2 opposing forces. Love or philia mean attraction predominate. Nikos means repulsion predominate. There is a logic there, right? Right. Then among these 4 fundamental things, if philia is predominate, then they combine and have the matter. Then some matters then decompose and vanish, destroyed. It happens when Nico predominates over Philica, right? So there is a logic. So according to that, then he explained all this stuff, but finally, then it can't be then accepted nowadays. But by that time, since it's a philosopher and everything, then people believed. But then thereafter, there was another person, Democritus. He came here somewhere around 460 BC, 390 or 70 BC. We don't need exact time period. This is where he then lived. He's Democritus. When you consider Democritus, that idea was quite logical. That's the basic for today atomic structure. Then this is nearly more than 2,500 years ago, nearly 2,500 years ago. Then Democritus gave the correct idea, correct picture regarding the structure of atom. He said, no, it's not composed of these four fundamental things. Then Democritus also a philosopher, Greek philosopher, right? He mentioned this one. He said, all the matters are composed of tiny particle. That particle cannot be divided further. It is invisible. Definitely, if you break anything further and further and further, you end up with that tiny particle. He gave the name also atomos. Greek word atomos. Then atom, that term came first with the Democritus. You see then how advanced that idea, right? But at the same stage, same age, same period, two more famous philosophers were there, Aristotle and Plato, I think. Yes, Plato and Aristotle. They were famous. Then they gave again idea. They rejected this one. They say, no, that's not correct. Then they gave a different idea, again, similar to that Empedocles one. Then what happened, do you know? Then this was hidden. The correct idea, that one was hidden, and the Plato and Aristotle one then believed. It remains nearly 2,000 years until 1803. John Dalton proved this idea, Democritus one, correct, experimental. Until then, that the lie then just remained. Same thing happened in nowadays also. We don't go after truth, but the opposite. But this is Dalton's atomic theory. This is where actually we should start the important part. But before I go to Dalton's atomic theory, I will give two things regarding this particle nature of matter. There are some simple evidences to prove that the matter matter is composed of particles. One simple thing here, discontinuous nature of matter. Discontinuous nature of matter. Let's talk about that one. These are, then today I will discuss very, very simple things. Maybe then everybody, or maybe already you know these things, but it's okay, right? Today I can then take very advanced, very complex concepts and then explain. Then I can show my colors like that. But then in the very first day, you will find chemistry as then very boring, difficult, tough subject, but it is not. The way we learn chemistry, that's the secret here.